So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you saw my Instagram post where I announced that I'm a surrogate, a gestational carrier, because they're not using my eggs, but I am pregnant. I'm about 10.5 weeks as you're watching this. And I mean, if you're watching later, then of course I'm gonna be further along. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super happy. I met my intended parents a month ago. They came and went to one of my appointments. The day before my appointment, they met with us on a Sunday. We went out to lunch and spent the day with my family and them. And they're just so great, and I'm so glad that they came, because now like I'm even more passionate about doing this for them. And then the next day I had my appointment. I went in the morning and I just like took an Uber out there, and we spent the entire day together just shopping and eating and hanging out. And I'm just like, I love them so much. I would be friends with them even if I wasn't doing this. If I just met them, like we would be lifelong friends. So I'm super excited to be doing this for them. They're gonna be the best dads ever. I just like the way I saw them interact with my kids made me like confident in who they are as dads. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I missed in this video. Let me know, comment, message me or whatever, and I can make another video and answer questions. But I just wanted to give you the intro and just kind of like, you know, say hey and talk about being a surrogate and announce that I'm pregnant for the first time on my channel. I kind of like did a video diary of all the stuff I've been doing while being a surrogate and talked about everything. As I was going through each step, you'll get to see me do my first injection, you'll get to see the transfer, and the day that I found out the transfer was successful and that I was pregnant. So hopefully everything goes well and I give them a happy and healthy, beautiful baby boy. Oh yeah, if I didn't mention, it's a boy. I'm enjoying my pregnancy so far, and I just can't wait to see how everything goes. Here's everything that led up to now. Hello YouTube, if you're watching this, then hopefully everything that I'm about to talk about is going extremely well. And so far it has been going well, but I haven't told you guys about it just because I mean, this thing that I just saw was, you know, it popped up way after I decided to do what I'm about to talk about. And someone tweeted, don't confuse speaking it into existence with premature announcements. And I was like, oh, that's a sign that I'm like doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because I decided that I want to do this thing and I'm super excited about it, but I don't want to tell anyone until it's like for sure. And right now I was like, fuck, I really need to start documenting the process, even though it's not like set in stone yet. And so what I'm talking about is surrogacy. I have decided to become a gestational carrier, which is a surrogate, but my tubes are tied, so it won't be like my own eggs, I guess, yeah. And I'm literally just gonna be the oven for a couple who has been struggling to conceive a child. I've never actually said this out loud on camera before, so this is pretty cool. I think back in September, I wanna say, yeah. So back in September, I couldn't fall asleep and I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, gosh, like, I don't know why I can't sleep. So I was going on social media, there's nothing going on. I'm like, oh, let me go on Facebook. When I never go on Facebook, like that's my last resort. I hardly use it. And I just decided to go on it. And one of the first things I saw when like I was scrolling down my feed was this woman who was sharing her surrogacy story. And she provided a link to I guess a surrogacy clinic or place here in Hawaii. And I looked at the page, I didn't comment on the post, but then I clicked the link, read the website, and then filled out an inquiry, because I was just like, oh my God, like this is something that I feel like might be a sign. Like this is something that I feel like I might want to do, because I don't know if anyone follows me on Twitter. Sorry, my kids started screaming, so I had to cut that off. But if you follow me on Twitter, end of 2017, I believe, yes, end of 2017, I was talking about how I had read this article about a successful childbirth with a donated uterus in Texas, I believe, and how I really wanted to do that because my tubes are tied, my husband had a vasectomy. We don't want kids of our own, but I still want to help people because I feel like my body is like, not so, like, I feel like my body is really made for conceiving or having children. My mom is really fertile, I'm really fertile. I feel like the women in my family are just extremely fertile, and I know some people who are having trouble conceiving a child see that and they, you know, might upset them or whatever. And so I just, you know, I tied my tubes and we decided to stop having kids just because I'm like, well, I don't want to have all these kids that I can't afford to raise and have to upgrade, because, you know, you don't just like have to afford more diapers and stuff like that. You have to maybe upgrade your house or your vehicle and budget for school expenses when they get older. Just there's a lot that goes into having multiple children. And I know from seeing like my huge family that it's just, that's not a stress that I want to have. I have a healthy son and a healthy daughter, and I don't know, I just don't see like a need for me to be like greedy and try and have a bunch of kids when there's people out there who are struggling to conceive one child. So I was like, wow, you know, I really want to help. I want to donate my uterus. And then the age requirements, like I have to be 35 or something like that. So I was like, oh, well, I can't do that. I'll just wait. And then just before September, my husband kept being like, oh my God, I miss you pregnant. Don't you want to be pregnant again? I was like, yeah, but I just don't want a baby that comes along with it. He's like, I know. I wish we could just like have you go through the pregnancy and then just like not have a baby, but obviously not like lose a child or anything like that, you know? We just like how I am when I'm pregnant. We just like the whole pregnancy experience. So literally like days before and weeks leading up to when I saw this Facebook post about surrogacy, we had been talking about all that and just like, oh, I had missed being pregnant so much. So when that popped up, I was just like, oh my God, this is a sign. And I started crying. Like my husband was sleeping in the bed next to me. He's like, why are you crying? Whatever. And I'm like, no, nothing. I just cried because I felt like this was supposed to happen to me. Like in this moment, I'm exactly where I need to be in life. Like I just felt like it was a confirmation from God, from the universe, whatever, that like, okay, I'm doing everything right in my life. And at this moment I was supposed to be on Facebook and not sleeping, and I was supposed to see this, and it's just like a sign that I should be doing this, like I should be a surrogate. So I filled out the inquiry and I'm just like, I was so excited. And then they contacted me right away the next morning, well, like a few hours later, because it was already the next morning. And they sent me like the application and all this stuff. And we've been in contact through email since September regularly, like multiple times a week we're emailing, and everything is just going super smoothly and extremely fast. And I'm just like, okay, hardly anything in my life goes this well at like a consistent rate. And I'm like, this is amazing. This is probably what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm so excited. And the hardest thing is keeping my mouth shut about it, because when I get really excited, I want to tell the world. But like I said, you know, like, yeah, I spoke it into existence when my husband and I were talking about, you know, going through the pregnancy and stuff like that before I decided to do surrogacy. But now that it's like headed in that direction and it's like slowly looking like it's going to happen, I don't want to prematurely announce it. So I don't know, I just feel like this whole process has been like really, I don't know, like, I don't want to say like fun. Oh, like it's been fun. Yeah, there's like a lot of paperwork that goes into it, but it's just been like so amazing just to see like, wow, I am probably going to be able to provide a child or children for a family. Literally, there have been no like issues. Like I filled out the application was approved. They did the background check was approved. They did the psych eval was approved, and they okayed me to be a surrogate, and they think that like my mind is in the right place. And I think what is like the best for me, like with the psych eval, is that I had already made my decision to not have any more children of my own by like getting my tubes tied and having my husband get his vasectomy. So those were like pretty permanent things that I've already done way before I ever thought about doing surrogacy. So the psychiatrist, I don't know if it was the psychiatrist or psychologist, but whoever I spoke to on the phone, she's the one who determined that I'm ready to be a surrogate at this point in my life. And so that went well. What else? Oh, I did the medical testing I had to get tested for STDs, I had to get tested for, you know, my health, everything, just to make sure that I'm going to be able to carry a baby and not, you know, pass on a disease to a baby. And everything went well. Like, I did my blood work, I did my pap smear. I know, probably TMI, but like, you know, this is important stuff. This is someone else's child that I'm going to be carrying. We don't want to give them like health complications or anything like that. So I passed all of that, sent all the records over. Well, not the records, but I sent all those test results over. Right now, we are literally just waiting for my health records from my last pregnancy. It didn't stop the process, but like, you know, it kind of slowed it down during the holidays, was that I need my health records from my pregnancies. And Nixon was born in Germany, and I called the German hospital, well, the doctor's office, and they're like, oh yeah, you can come pick it up. I'm like, no, I'm in the States. And they're like, oh yeah, we don't mail them or anything like that. So I can't get those records. But the fertility clinic that I'm also talking to, that's like works with the surrogacy place, you know, because I have to do like IVF and all that stuff to like get my body ready to have this baby, or these babies, because the couple I matched with, yes, I've already even matched with a couple I've matched with want multiples if they can't have, so hopefully I'll have twins. The fertility clinic said that it's fine as long as I have medical records from one of my pregnancies. So we're trying to get the ones from my daughter, and that was in Missouri at an Army hospital. So I got those requested. I had to go through this process to get them requested, and then they just called me this week and said that they're mailing them to me. So then I'll get those over to the fertility clinic, then we can start like, I'm gonna have to be taking shots at home and all this crazy stuff. I'm scared of that, but you know, my husband will help me. So that's going well. I'm on the insurance already. Like, they send me a bill, and then the escrow account that the money goes into sends me a check, and I just deposit that myself, and then I send the payment to the insurance place. Like, everything is going extremely well. Right now, where we're currently at and waiting on is, I just spoke to the attorney that is handling the surrogacy case, just because, like, you know, they want to make sure that I don't try to keep the baby or babies. They want to make sure that I'm getting paid. They want to make sure, you know, we just have to cover all the bases. So there's obviously a contract, and the attorney wrote up the contract, and they just sent me over the draft to go over with my husband. And then tomorrow we are going to have a call with the attorney together so we can go over it and they can do the final draft, and then we will be signing the contract. So I'm excited about that. By the time this video goes up, the contract will be signed, and I will be pregnant, because I am wanting to vlog this process just so I have like video diaries and stuff like that. And because when I first decided to do the surrogacy, I immediately went to YouTube to see like people's journeys, and there were some people who put videos, and it was only like the beginning, they hadn't even conceived yet. So I was like, oh, I don't want to like upload and get people's hopes up, or think that I'm like trying to do it for views and stuff like that and clickbait. So I want to just like know that it's set in stone before I upload any videos. So I'm still gonna have all these videos of like the whole process for myself to look back at, regardless of what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna upload and announce it, because I haven't announced it. Like, my friends and family know, close friends and family know, but I haven't announced it on my social media or anything like that. I'm gonna wait until I am pregnant and like have the confirmation of the pregnancy, and then I'll like announce it and upload this video, and then we can go through like the whole journey of like the pregnancy and stuff like that. But back in October, I matched with a couple. They chose me right away. Like, I sent in the application, and you know, they make like a profile for you, all these pictures of my family and me, and they chose me. Like, this couple chose me, and then, you know, you choose them back. So I read through their profile and saw their pictures and heard their story, and like, I immediately knew, I'm like, yes, this is who I want to do it for. So I have met with them over Skype before, and we talked for hours. It was amazing. I love them both. Also, like, if you know me personally, or even just like from Twitter, social media, you know that like I care so much about people and so much about causes and just all this stuff. And some people call me like a social justice warrior, some like, whatever, who cares? I don't care if you think it's negative or not. But like, when I was filling out the paperwork, I was just like, if I do this, I want to know that it's like more meaningful than just like being a surrogate. You know, I mean, like, that's a meaningful thing to do, you know, helping someone have a child is crazy. Like, it's amazing, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It's a great thing to help someone have a child, but like, I wanted it to go a little bit further and match with like my morals, I guess. Not morals, but like, you know, my beliefs. I don't know. So I requested, and I was like, I don't know if you can do this, but if I can, I would like to like give myself to someone of like the LGBTQIA community. I wanted to give them first priority because I know that like cis couples have trouble conceiving and all that, but also they don't have as much trouble like adopting and stuff like that. And I know that even with surrogacy, they probably don't have to deal with people discriminating against them and not wanting to match and provide a baby for a same-sex couple or a trans couple because it doesn't go along with surrogates like beliefs and stuff. So I wanted to make sure that someone from that community got first dibs on my body, and that's exactly what happened. So they are gonna be 2 dads, and they are from Australia. They gave me permission to like talk about them and the vlogs and stuff like that and say their names, but just because like the contract is not set in stone and stuff like that, I don't want to say their names, but just know they're an amazing couple. So my thing is overheating, and I gotta go. That's just like, you know, what's going on in my life right now. Today is January 13th. My daughter is tapping on me, so I gotta go. See you guys soon. So I don't remember when I filmed the last clip you just saw of me, but I think that was before I was gonna go and sign my contract. I don't remember exactly what I said in the other video. I'm sure I gave you the whole breakdown about me being a gestational carrier, and I don't know how long it's been since then, but we ended up talking with the attorney and going over the gestational carrier agreement with my husband, myself, and the attorney, and making any like adjustments. And there weren't any adjustments that needed to be made other than just like the spelling of my name or something like that. But other than that, we read the contract and agreed to everything. And it looked like it had the intended parents and the gestational carrier, you know, our best interests in mind. So we went ahead and we went and got it notarized, and we signed it right there in front of the notary. We sent the contract off back to the surrogacy clinic. That all happened on February 1st. So now today is February 21st. So it's been 20 days since then. It's like midnight right now. I had to wait until my kids went to sleep because I'm the only one here with them tonight because my husband's like working in the field right now. But I just spoke to the woman who works at the surrogacy clinic, and she was telling me, okay, well, you're gonna get your monthly allowance now. And I was like, oh, this is real. Like, I should probably start vlogging this process. I mean, I gave the backstory and vlogged before, but now I feel like, okay, it's set in stone. Well, obviously it's set in stone because we signed the contract and stuff like that. But like, I feel like you don't feel it really happening until you start getting paid for things, because I'm not really going to get into like everything. I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about. I'll have to like read through the contract and stuff. But like before, I was just getting, you know, reimbursed or being given checks for the insurance premium. But this time they're like, oh, okay, you have to fill out this form now, and then you're going to get paid out of the escrow account. And she was like, okay, you would do this for the insurance for this month and for your monthly allowance for this month. And I was like, oh shit, like this is really happening. And of course it's really happening because we signed the contract. But, you know, I wasn't like, it wasn't a big ordeal where we were all like in a room together signing the contracts and stuff, because the intended parents that I am going to be carrying a child for don't live here in Hawaii. So they had to do their part with a notary and sign it, send the contract to us, and then we had to sign it with a notary and then send it back to the clinic. So now I guess that they have everything. It's just like, it's set. We just have to move along with the process. And they said there's a new requirement that they have in the process. You go to a fetal diagnostic clinic and you do, I don't know, there's another step I have to do. And that's not for like 2 weeks from now. So that's what sucks. It's holding up the process, because if I didn't have to do that, then I would be meeting with the IVF clinic and start doing IVF treatments. But so once we get past that little hurdle in March, then we'll be going to do the IVF treatments and stuff, and hopefully having a damn baby, or at least doing the transfer, and then let's pray that the transfer takes. I carry healthy babies full term, and I give my intended parents everything they've ever wanted, and I just hope that I have a really good experience. So yeah, I just wanted to update you on that. But now that I got that email and it's saying, okay, you're gonna start getting your allowance and here's what you're gonna have to do every month now, I'm just like, oh my god, like this is so real. And I'm excited. I'm just tired right now, and I've been doing housework and stuff like that. But my camera is about to die, so I will talk to you guys when there's another update. I don't know if I vlogged about going to this doctor's appointment that I found out I was supposed to go to now, because it's like a new thing that the doctors want the surrogates to do before we go on with the process. But I went to a luncheon with the other surrogates who are involved with this clinic that I'm going through, and I've met one girl. It was like, as far along as I am in the process, she had just gone to this new appointment that we're supposed to go to, and it's like a fetal diagnostic clinic. We just go and meet with the doctor there, and they ask us a bunch of questions about our health and our previous pregnancies, and then they give us their input on if they think we should be a surrogate or a gestational carrier. And I went to mine. I met the woman who works for the surrogacy clinic, and she's so great. She's at like everything. So like we have to pay co-pays for the appointments and stuff like that, but she just handles that. Even if she wasn't there and I had to pay it, I get reimbursed for that. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I do get reimbursed, or like at the beginning of each month, I get a little check that just helps out with prescriptions or co-pays or anything that I'm going to be needing while I'm a surrogate. And this is just before I'm even pregnant. So just like a nice little bit of money that's gonna help me with any type of inconvenience while I'm doing the process. But I went to the appointment, waited around like 20 minutes, and the appointment took maybe like 15 minutes of talking to the doctor. And after speaking to him, he was like, yeah, the good thing is you're really young and your body is at like the peak right now to like want to get pregnant. So I'm sure you'll have no issues like receiving the transfer and carrying out the pregnancy to term. And he was just saying that like I could be at risk for I think like the incision site rupturing or something like that. I don't know what it is. I'm not a professional, but he was saying, you know, if you get it at the right time, you could do a C-section last minute or something. And then I was like, oh no, I want a scheduled C-section, because that's what we did with my daughter after having the emergency C-section the first time. I didn't want anything to go wrong. And he was like, oh yeah, then you're good. Like just make sure they just schedule it at the right time and you should be fine. So he gave me the go ahead, and he thinks that I should be fine carrying a child for someone else. So that made me really excited, because I'm like, oh my God, like this is it. Because I was told after that appointment that I just had to wait for my period to start, and then I could start with like the fertility stuff. That was on like March 8th, I believe. And I knew that last month I started my period on Valentine's Day, so February 14th. And I was like, oh cool, like only a few days until I start my period again. Sure enough, this past Friday, which was a week after that appointment, I was out shopping with my husband and I started my period. So I let the fertility clinic know that I started my period, and then they put in a prescription and they had me start on Monday. And unfortunately, I didn't make it to the pharmacy in time, so I had to actually start that medication today, Tuesday, but I will show you what medication it was. She told me that she was just gonna put all my medications in and then only start the birth control, and she'll tell me about the other medications later. The birth control I was given was Isobloom. I don't know if that's name brand of what they gave me or what, but she said there's green ones at the bottom and not to take those at all, that I just have to take the active pill. And she was like, just the first 3 rows. And I was like, I take them all on one day, or like once a day for the first 3 rows? And she's like, oh no, once a day for the first 3 rows, and then don't take the very last row, like the green. So I was like, cool. So I'm currently on birth control again, and I have not been on birth control in years, like 5 years. Actually, probably, no, I haven't been on birth control since like 2013. So what, that's like 6 years ago, which is kind of scary because I've never had the best reaction to birth control. Just like I've always gotten super fat, super like bloated from water weight, or I've had breakouts, or if I didn't have breakouts, I had super clear skin, like the Accutane skin, and then I would just get like chubby face, and I'm afraid that's gonna happen to me. I'm afraid that like my face is gonna blow up like it did when I was in high school and after high school and stuff like that. But the good thing is I'm gonna be pregnant, so I know like I'm not even gonna be on birth control long enough for it to like bother me as much as the other ones have in the past. And although I had all those side effects with birth control, when I got pregnant with my first child, all that shit went away. My face got skinny, my arms got skinny, everything except for my stomach got skinny. So like I'm not really worried, and I know that like everything I'm doing is for the safety and for the health of this pregnancy and these babies, or this baby, and I'm just fully on board to do everything that I'm supposed to be doing and that they want me to do, so I can give this couple a beautiful healthy baby or babies. And so that's basically it. I guess I will update you if anything else happens, and see you next time. Well, not like the actual act, but today is Friday, May 3rd, and it's the first day of, well, I'm not gonna film you, I don't know. It's the first day of doing progesterone injections in my butt cheeks, because we're gonna be doing the transfer for the embryo for surrogacy on Wednesday. So we got to get my body ready to receive this baby, and I'm really scared. This is the first time doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, babe, she can't be in here.
Why not?
Okay, here. Said attach the gauge. Attach the 22 to the syringe.
It's mommy while you're...
And you're drinking it?
Yeah.
Let me kiss you. Good morning.
They gotta give mommy a shot.
Yeah, so you won't have a baby.
I gotta get a shot.
Yeah, Daddy's gonna give me a shot. So this is the progesterone.
Mom,
My husband's gonna inject it into me, and I'm really scared.
Look at this.
What?
Look at this.
Why do I have this? These are needles. You can't touch them. This is so Daddy can give me a shot.
Yeah. Babies can't get hurt.
Yeah, babies can't get hurt.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job.
Babies can't get shot.
Yeah, Daddy has to give me a shot so Mommy can have the baby. Remember? I'm gonna carry someone's baby for them
Yeah.
in my tummy. And then when I have the baby, I'm gonna give it to them. They're gonna take it home, and they're gonna be a big happy family.
I can use your tummy.
Yeah, you're gonna rub my tummy when I'm carrying their baby.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
All right, here's the 22 gauge
Dad, I want to hold the wedge.
Go what?
to the 3cc syringe. Is that the 3cc syringe? Pull the syringe plunger back to pull up 1 cc of air. You need to add air to the vial in the same amount that you plan to take out in order to get the medicine out of the vial. Insert the needle into the vial and push down on the plunger. Once the air has been pushed into the vial, turn the vial. Attach the syringe upside down. Make sure the tip of the needle remains below the level of the medicine. Draw up 1 cc of progesterone into the syringe. Then discard the needle in the sharps container provided here. Please don't make it hurt, babe. Oh my gosh, please don't mess up. Do you want to look at the diaphragm?
No, I know what I'm doing. Alright?
Okay. Oh my gosh. Am I gonna die?
No, you're fine.
I jumped too hard, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I didn't expect that. Oh my gosh, that hurts so bad. Oh my gosh.
Well, tense out. Let the muscle go. There you go. See? Now I can push more in.
Don't touch, Loren.
That way she can mommy pretty.
Did you take it out?
Yeah, hang on. You put pressure on it so nothing moves out.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't expect it. Because you didn't prepare me.
Right, that's why I was tapping so you wouldn't like clench.
Yeah, you didn't prepare me, and then it just fucking something bit me. That's what it felt like.
It didn't hurt though.
No, it just fucking like something bit me, and I didn't expect it.
Hi, there you go. You're done.
Thanks, babe.
No, you have a little blood. Alright.
Okay.
My
All right. Well, that was our first progesterone shot in the morning. Now I have other medication to take today and the rest of the week, and we have to do this every single morning until I'm like, I think like 10 weeks pregnant. We do it once every morning, and then we have to do it like right before the transfer, just to get my body going on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll be pregnant after Wednesday and everything will go well. All right, so it's been like an hour since my husband did the progesterone injection, in my butt cheek, and I'm looking at this paper. Now I have to take estrace, which is just like a little 2 milligram pill 3 times a day. I've been doing that already, morning, noon, and night. And then now I have, so that's, yeah, estrol, that's this. And then now I have to take new medication, methylprednisolone. Okay, I don't know. But they have it as, wait, Medrol. That's twice a day, morning and night. And then I have to take doxycycline. And that's once daily. And then I have to take endometrin. You put it up your vagina like a tampon with like a little egg on it. And then I have to take baby aspirin. So that's all the medication it takes to get your body ready to transfer an embryo. And I already did birth control. And yeah, I think that's it. But I'm not on the birth control anymore because they're trying to get me pregnant now. Let's see. Hopefully I get pregnant on Wednesday, May 8th, which is my husband's birthday. And if I do, then the due date for the baby will be around my daughter's birthday, because I got pregnant like right before my husband's birthday. And then she had a planned C-section. So they're like, oh, it might be like really close to that date. So we'll see, and I'll update you next time. Okay, we're on our way to my doctor's appointment today. It is May 8th, my husband's birthday, and we're gonna do the transfer today. So, I've been having to do my progesterone injections. Well, my husband has been doing it for me every morning in my butt cheeks, and my butt cheeks are really sore from it. And we had to do one this morning. I had to put a progesterone tablet in with like a tampon looking applicator, and they just want me to be all progesteroned up. And then at 11 I have to be at my appointment, and around like 11:30 I think they're doing the actual transfer and putting the embryo in me, and I hope it takes, so we don't have to go through this again and wait even longer. I just want to be pregnant, and he just wants me to be pregnant again.
I do.
Yeah, because he's like, before we did this, he was like, oh, I just miss being you pregnant, and he was like rubbing on my belly as if I was pregnant, and then it came up like, hey, is anyone thinking about doing surrogacy? And it sounded like the perfect thing. Oh, there's Lo, she's sick back there. I'm gonna see if they'll let me record any of the transfer or anything like that. If not, then I'll just get back on here after and talk about everything that happened. Your blanket a little bit. They're filming it. Sorry, you missed the video. Gel. Alright. Down in your belly. Yours looks perfect. Alright, so we got a good view of your uterus. How have the progesterone shots been going?
They've been doing pretty well, like,
Do you like it? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, no, I mean, I thought they were gonna be, at first when my husband did it, it kind of shocked me, and I was like, oh wait, and he's like, you can't move. And after that, every single time, it's almost been like, I've had to ask, are you done? Because I feel like it's supposed to be more painful than it actually is, so. It's been fine for us. We're just in our little routine, and I lay down on the bed.
That's good. Keep the optimistic mindset.
Yeah.
That was just regular speculum to add a little bit more pressure on your bladder. Thanks for following instructions with that. So your bladder is nice.
Oh yeah. Of course.
See that it is full. Feel me touching, I'm pressing. Yeah,
What
there's
you're
not much. I know there's not much going on yet there, but
I'm so used to something like twitching a little bit usually.
that's your little uterus there. Okay.
So just right here, this is the uterus. and
Okay.
then- So this that's your bladder, so it's full.
Yeah.
And your uterus is just right there. So there's not much to see on there, but eventually when they put the embryo on that screen, that'll be interesting at least.
Oh, you'll get to watch that
Yeah, so they have
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it doesn't look like
much, but you'll get to see a little difference.
Something, yeah, maybe a little flash of liquid. But
You know, it's funny. My husband and I were like, oh, sorry.
That's okay.
We were watching Baby Mama. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but I know, is that the...
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and it's about Tina Fey paying a surrogate, and Amy Poehler's just a hot mess of a surrogate.
Okay.
We're glad that's not your case.
I know. I was laughing, and I was like, wait, that's not true. My husband's like, it's just for comedic purposes. I was like, I don't care.
Not realistic.
I know, because she didn't even have any pregnancies before
Oh,
being a
she is,
surrogate.
like-
Yeah, she was just like, I want to make a baby.
Yeah,
And they're like, okay,
that's not the greatest surrogate to have.
it's not a good candidate. No.
You have to know. Is it like because they have to know if your body's capable of?
Yeah, but
Carrying a
also,
child?
You have to know that you've completed your family. You know, you have to know,
Know that you want to be pregnant.
Yeah.
know that you want to be pregnant and know what it's like,
Yeah, for sure. I love it.
You are one special lady.
Everyone's like, you like it? They're like, I get big and hot and irritated. I'm like, no, I just feel cute with a pregnant bump.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
I don't hear that very often.
Since we decided to stop having kids, everyone's like, no, you do pregnancy so well. Aren't you sad? And then now,
Like, I want to try it again.
yep. Do people pee sometimes?
I've seen it happen.
I mean, I'm not going to, but I'm just like, I couldn't imagine. You know, crazy
And
job.
They're, like, pushing on your bladder too, so
Mhm.
it kind of doesn't make it easier. I don't envy you guys. I'm just trying to get the right curve. So now you're going to see the fun part here. So on the
Okay.
screen, you're going to see your little
Okay.
guy or girl. There it is.
Wow. It's so cute.
Hatching out of its shell there.
It's just one.
It's just one.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie, are you making that embryo split over there? Is that one splitting or? Yeah.
You have to hatch it?
Yeah.
That's so
You do,
funny.
actually. Like a little chick.
Aww.
Cute, right?
Yeah.
To the left. Which way?
No, it's hatching to the left. Like,
To the left.
left, yeah. Alright, so you're gonna see Jamie come in. She's gonna bring in the little guy or girl. There it is. You guys see that little flash?
Yeah, the little white at the
Yeah.
top.
The dot, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. So Jamie's gonna check the catheter, make sure the little guy's out.
Okay.
Guy or girl? I keep saying guy, I don't know. And then she's gonna check to make sure that the embryo didn't get stuck in the catheter,
Okay.
which happens sometimes too.
Oh.
And then I would feel bad for you because your bladder is super full.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to use the bathroom. That's an air bubble. Okay.
Yay.
Got the spectrum.
Awesome.
All right, let's your on for me. There you go.
Okay. I just got the results from TRA, which is, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I just got an email from the IVF coordinator, and I am pregnant. I am pregnant with Dylan and Luke's child. I am so excited, like, oh my God. I've been like hoping I was pregnant, praying I was pregnant, and like just telling myself I was pregnant just so like I can get in that mode and like, I don't know, like so there wouldn't be doubt. But I just feel like every time I would think about it, it would be like a dream thing. I don't know, it's so crazy. I have to tell my husband, but I just wanted to document this because this is so awesome. Like, I kind of want to cry, like tears of joy, and I kind of want to just tell the entire world, but I also don't want to announce it prematurely. So I'm just gonna call the people in my life that I'm close to that already know that I'm doing this, because right now the general public, my followers on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, my extended family, no one really knows. So I'll see you guys in a little bit next time. I don't know what I'm gonna document next. I just want to celebrate, maybe with some juice or water. All right, gotta go.